Good morning. There you are. I've been wondering where you were. It's me, Michael, and this is Random Access Memory, a program in which I do a bit of digging and find out what's happening in the Wairarapa over the next week and talk to you about it. It's cold, isn't it? Of course, I'm saying this on Friday. You might be experiencing this program on Saturday, but I bet you it's cold then too. Yeah. Anyway, lots of things that you can go to during the course of the week. Let's start with Friday. At Aratoi, there's the opening of Ian Chapman's exhibition, A Song for the Uncoordinated. Oh, no. Yep, just making sure. Hang on. I'm going to start again for you televiewers because I'm not sure if I pushed the button correctly then. So good morning. Random Access Memory. And that's what it's all about. Going to tell you about a few things that are happening in our region. We've got a guest this morning. Emil's coming in to talk about a fundraiser for an organisation that he works for, and we'll let him tell you about that at the time. So, what's happening from Friday on? Well, on Friday, Ian Chapman's local artist, helps run King Street Artworks, and he's opening his exhibition at Aratoi. It's called A Song for the Uncoordinated Paintings. So that opens on Friday, and Ian, I think you'll be able to meet him, on Friday at 5:30. He's giving a public talk also on Saturday at 11 a.m. 5:30 for the exhibition opening. Go and see Ian have a chat about the stuff on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Each painting by Ian Chapman has its own narrative, so it'll be really interesting to hear him talk about them. Their stories caught mid-sentence in a way. The mix of unlikely things in an unlikely landscape strangely belongs together. I've seen quite a number of Ian's works over the years, and yes, I think that's a really good description. A moment caught mid-sentence, and really interesting. He's got a great visual sense and a wonderful imagination. Ian Chapman, A Song for the Uncoordinated at Aratoi, opening on Friday, and public talk 11 o'clock on Saturday. Right. There's a Chateau d'Yquem degustation at Martinborough Hotel, Friday and Saturday, 7 o'clock, both nights. So, Chateau d'Yquem is, I think, a fairly flash wine. Let's find out. They say. By the way, it's $225 to get in, but you get food. That's what the degustation is all about. And this amazing wine. Serious wine lovers rejoice in this lush degustation at Union Square in honour of the world's most famous and exclusive dessert wine. Well, there you go. Production of this wine is a labour of love, with each grape individually hand-picked. Bloop. Bloop. It'd take a while to make enough wine to send around the world, but anyway. And that they do take that when the botrytis has set in. Botrytis is an actual disease. It's called noble rot, and it really concentrates the sugars in the wine. And it makes Chateau d'Yquem liquid gold, they say. Indulge in 5 courses, including crayfish ravioli with caper beurre noisette, Roquefort gougère with candied walnuts, and Pinot Noir réduction, and apricot tarte tatin with whipped crème fraîche. Each course is matched with wine. Exceptional value, not to be missed. They do say they cannot cater to dietary requirements. It's pretty much what you see is what you get. What you see may be what you eat. Chateau d'Yquem, it's at Martinborough Hotel, 7 o'clock on Friday and 7 o'clock on Saturday. Sunset Cinema has started again, and this is at the Carlton Event Centre, Holloway Street. You know where it is. Friday at 7 is the Paris Opera. Enjoy a behind-the-scenes look at the Paris Opera under the direction of Stéphane Lisnay. really great thing that they're doing there at the Carlton Event Centre, and try and catch as many movies as you can, because they bring in some really good ones. Ladies in Black is continuing at Matt's, which is on Ngaumatawa Road, over there. Yeah, roughly. And it's a good show. I think it's a good show. I suppose what do they call, full disclosure, my wife directed it, but she's done an amazing job, and I think it's going very well and is very popular. So get your tickets now, or turn up on the night. 2 more nights left. Friday night, Saturday night, Matt's. This is Tim Finn's musical. He wrote the lyrics and the music for it, and Carolyn Burns did the book. When it was originally directed in Australia, it was directed by Simon Phillips. He's a New Zealander, so Simon Phillips, New Zealander. Carolyn Burns, New Zealander. Tim Finn, New Zealander. Aussie musical. It's really good. Go and watch it. Right, what else do we have? Well, let's head into Saturday, shall we? Oh, I got nothing for Saturday. There's stuff going on, must be, but I'm going straight to Sunday with head, shoulders, knees and toes at Pepper's Pareho. It's they bring you a porcine masterclass. Porcine to do with pigs, right? So this is a course on how to prepare. Well, I had a butchery session and tutorial on how to prepare a pig's head, shoulders, knees and toes. Co-hosted with Master Butcher Richard Anderson. You'll be greeted with a complimentary glass of Prosecco on arrival, then teased with the smell of smoking, roasting pork shoulders, the sound of crackling, sizzling, and finally be treated with a 2-course feast of delicious pork. This event coincides with train and bus timetables. It's handy. So, that's at Pepper's Pareho in Martinborough, New York Street West. Sunday, 12 till 4. Midday until 4. So, just drink it in. $125, so you get a bit of a how do you do this, a workshop kind of thing, and then some wine and something to eat. Right, that's part of Wellington on a Plate. Wairarapa Word, they have their monthly talks with writers. Well, this month, their writer is Leanna Morgan, who's an author of 26 romantic novels, and she discusses self-publishing. Carterton Courthouse. You know where the community courthouse is? Next to the event centre. Sunday, from 3 till 4:30, the monthly Wairarapa Word, monthly talks with writers, Leanna Morgan. I think it's time for some music, don't you? I tell you what, my fingers are only just coming to life now. I bike to work, and it was so cold this morning that I'm kind of dreaming of summertime, as was Janis Joplin.
Looking, babe, she's looking good now. Hush, baby, 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 baby. No, 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 don't you cry. wanna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings, shout and take to the sky. Love the sky until the morning. Honey, nothing's going to harm you now. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Don't you cry.
That was Janis Joplin and Big Brother and the Holding Company, Summertime, a well-known number by Gershwin, covered by so many people, but I think Janis is my favourite. Yes. What was I going to tell you about? I was going to tell you about something on Monday. Is it Monday? Let me check. Yes, it is. It's the Carbon Zero Bill public debate by the Developing Brain in Masterton. Of course. Well, no, so it would be... Anyway, it's at Douglas Park School, 136 Cole Street, Masterton, on Monday, 7:30 till 9. Keep in mind that the event finder tickets for this have been sold out, so there may be limited spaces. If you are thinking of getting in by door sale, get in early. So it's at 7:30 on Monday at Douglas Park School. This is the Carbon Zero Bill public debate. Right. Oh, the Italian Film Festival has its opening night on Wednesday at the Screening Room down in Kurupuni. Renee and Paolo warmly invite you to the opening night at the Studio Italia Cinema Italiano Festival to see the much anticipated film A Casa Tutti Bene. Bene, actually, not Bene, Bene. There is no place like home. A Casa Tutti Bene. From the writer of the 2016 Cinema Italiano Festival highlight Perfect Strangers, the director Gabriele Mucking. That's an interesting blend. Mucking sounds very English to me. Gabriele, Italian, isn't it? Has cast an enviable assemblage of Italy's finest talent, including Pier Francesco Favino, Stefano Accorsi, and screen idol Stefania Sandrelli. Winner of Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Cast, the David Di Donatello Audience Award, and nominated for Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Editing, It's worth going to, don't you think? The opening night film was presented by their new naming sponsor, Studio Italia. Tickets are $20 and includes a Peroni, a Cinzano Prosecco, San Pellegrino, Stuzzichini upon arrival. What a night! So this is Wednesday, 7th of August. Just limbering up my tongue, you see, every part of me is frozen from cycling to work this morning. Even my oropharyngeal cavities. So, this is the Italian Film Festival opening night with the film A Casa Tutti Bene. I guessed Emile has turned up. Pull up a chair, Emile. I'll just finish a couple of these notices and then I'll be right with you. So, where was I? Yeah, tickets are $20. And like I say, it includes a Peroni, Cinzano Prosecco, San Pellegrino, and some Stuzzichini. Not bad. So that film for the opening is 6 o'clock at the Screening Room on Wednesday. And then what's happening at the Tin Hut? The Tin Hut are having special guests from over the hill. The Down Under Dogs, Jack McKenzie, Peter Dyer and Kathy Dyer. And they're a three-piece vocal instrumental blend featuring country, bluegrass, old-time, swing and originals. yodeling. They got yodeling and cowboy poetry. Yes. So they're all American born and bred, and they've been discovering and digging into and helping revive the wonderful music that is now labelled Americana. Yeah. So this is at the Tin Hut on Wednesday from 7:30. Anybody else going to be there? Oh yeah, opening the show will be Friends of THL, the Tin Hut. No, that THL. What does that stand for? Anyway, introducing local singer-songwriters playing mostly original songs with a little help from their friends. So, hey, Emil has arrived, and I told you that we were going to have a chat with him, so I'll just get your microphone on, Emil. Good to see you. Hi.
Good to see you too. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, get in nice and close to the mic, and so you've got a fundraising evening, and it's this Saturday. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so we've got a fight event. This is going to be the first cage event for MMA and kickboxing here in the Wairarapa.
Yep.
If you've seen UFC, this is the style of fighting that we're going to have in there. We've got 2 professional bouts that's going on. So these are the future of our mixed martial arts industry, and they've come from out of town to be here.
Yeah.
We've got one of the fighters that's come all the way from Phuket in Thailand.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big show. We've got a few local fighters as well that's going to be on. And a couple of them are fighting for the WKA title, which is an old, pristine title, which goes all the way back, dates back to 1976. And if you remember Jenny the Bet, Jenny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do all right locally. I think there's this. I used to know a guy, Lance, played football with him, and he did a fair amount of kickboxing and things. So, what are you raising funds for?
Well, what we're raising funds for is this event is to raise funds so we can provide free kids classes. Down here in Masterton, it's sad at times when we have to charge children just to do something that they love doing. So really, what I want to do, because I at the moment with our gym we don't have any funds, so it's all coming out of our own pocket.
How do you manage that? It's not very sustainable.
Yeah, it's not. But I do it for the love of the sport. I've been doing it for over 27 years now, so it's something I love to do and I love to teach. But we've got all these kids that are turning up, and I want to provide these classes for them for free.
Yeah.
Our adult classes understand that, and they're happy to get behind it all as well. There's a few kids around that struggle, but if we can do that, it makes it a little bit more easier on the parents as well. Yeah,
it's a good discipline. My son did karate for a while, both here in Masterton and back in Wellington when we were there, and it really did teach him to focus, concentrate, take advice from others. No messing about. Listen to the people who know what they're on about, and learn something really useful.
Yeah, that's true. This is this type of sport. It teaches us a lot of things. One is discipline, especially with our kids and our adult fighters. Goal setting is another thing that we focus on, especially with our kids. The free classes that we're going to provide for our kids is we're not just handing it out like lollies. There's a certain criteria that these kids have to meet, and we're expecting certain things from them as well. So we're going to give to them, and they're going to also give back. So a lot of the stuff is going to have to do with the education as well. So we want to make sure they're doing well in school, and all this sort of stuff. So we're putting out this program. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, as soon as we get the show all done and out of the way.
Yeah. God. Well, it must be difficult to assess those criteria. I can understand, commitment to the sport itself and things, but you talked about even educational. How do you kind of decide that if a kid's knuckling down at school?
We can do that through their school reports, but the other thing is just checking with their parents. because it's their parents that are bringing them, and their caregivers. So these ones are the ones that we'll be looking towards to make sure that they're doing well, not just so much at school but also at home. Some of the kids that we've got, they're a bit difficult at home, and to make sure that they're doing the right things at home. Are you doing your chores at home? Well, you can come and train. Just the simple basic stuff, just to make sure that they're staying active, because nowadays with a lot of the kids, a lot of them are stuck on Fortnite and on the TV and just the little stuff that they're not doing. If you can do those first, it makes it a lot more easier for us to say yes.
Yeah, people moan about people's obsession with what's happening on their phones and everything, but I actually think it must be really difficult for the modern child to resist the massive amount of stuff that's thrown at them. I mean, we didn't have to cope with that. Yeah. And I know myself how easy it is to get a little bit obsessed with what's happening on my phone instead of the life in front of me.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's just it. And so trying to get them away from it, and a lot of the kids that we got that come, that's all they talk about when they're there. But once they're training, their focus is changed. They're happy. They weren't nice. They're running around the gym, and they're not even thinking about trying to get back home in time to play the next game or whatnot. Yeah. So just trying to get that focus off them, and just so that they can focus on something else. And we also have a program that's run from the Smack Gym in Featherston. And they're doing that through one of our UFC fighters, and what they do is they have this it's just going into play where one of the kids from our gym and from various gyms around New Zealand get to go to Thailand, all paid for. So this is a goal setting for our kids. It's to help those kids too. Because we put this out towards our kids, and we told them, look, there's an opportunity here for you guys. If you guys do really well, you could be going to Thailand for free. To go train at Tiger Muay Thai, which is one of the top elite gyms over there in Phuket. So our kids are training just as hard just to do it. So these are the little goal things that we have for them. We also want to try and have this program for them as well. And it's not just that. There's overseas trips for the kids to do. There's local stuff that we want to try and get behind as well, which we're going to try and roll off, where we're trying to get our kids to help around the community, which is the biggest thing that we want to try and do. Some of the rivers need cleaning, the rubbish picking up, even doing some gardening and whatnot. Whatever we can do around the community, we're opening up so our kids can get behind it instead of sitting behind a TV.
That's fantastic. That kind of community involvement is great, and boy, there's a lot of stuff to be done. Our environment is getting so polluted with plastics and rubbish that
and why not get the next generation onto it before they get older? Yeah.
And they're the one who are inheriting all that stuff.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
So just remind us again, the event itself, tell us a bit more about that and when it's on and stuff. I know you've said that, but people need reminding.
Yeah, that's right. So tonight we've got the weigh-in. So if you want to meet all of the fighters tonight, they're all going to be at the Jackson Street Bar at 6 o'clock. They got the weigh-ins there tonight. So
that's Friday, by the way. This program gets repeated too.
That's Friday. Yes, Friday the 2nd. So they'll be there tonight. You get to meet the fighters. You can take the photos with the fighters, get their autographs. They'll be there. Doing their weigh-in and whatnot at the Jackson Street Bar. And then tomorrow night at the Trust House Recreation Centre, right by the pools, a big stadium there, is when the event starts. The doors open at 5:30, and the first fight starts at 6:30. So so it'll be all underway tomorrow night. Well, tickets are selling very fast. So we do have a couple of VIP tables left. If you're interested in getting a VIP table, they're $1,000.
How many people to a VIP table?
10 people to a VIP table.
That's right.
Yeah, that VIP table provides you'll get a dinner during the night. There's a platter before you get there, and also there's some drinks as well. That will be for those that are sitting at the VIP table. Plus you get VIP treatment. So so it'd be pretty cool. And the other thing is we've got our $30 general admission. We sit on the stands, or we got the ringside for $40. Yeah. And these tickets selling just as quick too. So don't miss out. This is the first MMA show ever in the Wairarapa. So it's a big thing, fighting inside a cage. If you've never seen it before and watched it on TV, I can tell you, I recommend that you come and watch it live. It's a way more better.
Sounds terrifying.
Oh yeah, it does. But it was terrifying even back in the day when I was doing it. But the thing is when you look at it, there's a lot of technique behind it all. Yeah, it looks messy and it just looks like a street brawl to the ordinary eye, but to us, you can see the techniques.
And what happens in and around the fights? Presumably, you've got a commentator, and
So we will have some entertainment that will be going on during the night. We have a DJ P. who's a local DJ here in Masterton. Yeah. He'll be jamming the sounds away just to keep the crowd entertained. There's food for sale there as well, so we've got food, non-alcoholic drinks, and not just all about drinking alcohol. And there'll be some entertainment during the night.
Well, I hope that's successful, because you should be able to recover a reasonable amount of money out of that, which will fund all the good work you're doing.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. Yeah.
So if people want tickets, what do they do? Ahead of time.
If you want tickets, just go on Undisputed Fight Series. If you have a look on Facebook, Undisputed Fight Series, it's got the poster on there. Also, I need to just check.
I got the poster here, but I printed out a black and white version because we're poor and we can't afford the colour.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So that's the poster. And
I got the number here.
It's got the phone number there, yeah.
Yeah, 022 353 1002. So if you want to buy tickets ahead of time, 022 353 1002. So if you go on the Facebook page, there's a link or whatever to buy tickets? Or?
Yeah, we don't have a link. It's just you either get it from that number, but we're going to be busy throughout this day, or come to the weigh-ins tonight at the Jackson Street Bar, so you'll be able to get them from there as well. Yeah. So we'll be selling it from there. We're not as flash, having to put it online and buy it online at the moment. Like I said, a lot of this funds comes out of our own pocket. So
I know, and look, if people are interested, they'll find out. And this is the great thing about the internet anyway, is you're always going to find a way. That number I mentioned, you might have forgotten it already, but get onto the Facebook page, Undisputed Fight Series, or just Google it. You're going to find out how to. Jackson Street Bar too.
Jackson Street Bar tonight. Yeah. The other thing is, there's a lot of people that have been behind us from the start before. That I have to thank. The Amber Inn Motel, or AIM, which is just opposite the BP. They've been a massive support with us. Great location if you guys need somewhere to stay. Yep. Also the.
Do you know what? I've got them.
You've got them all
I've
there?
got them here. Why don't I? Also,
Yeah, go on.
You've got MTF Finance in Masterton, the Sign Factory. So it's great that some solid companies are behind this. And this one I have to turn it round to read it. Wairarapa Rape and Sexual Abuse. So in what way are they supporting? Because they must be a bit like you, that they don't have a lot of funds themselves.
No, they don't. It's not so much about the fund, it's just being aware. They're
associated.
They're just associated. So we'll be be handing out a lot of the promotional stuff that they've got, just to bring awareness to that organisation.
Great. Well, I'm glad that you're acknowledging them, and that there's a collaboration there, sharing of awareness about them.
That's it, yeah.
Jackson Street Bar, obviously, too, and Trust House. So Trust House have contributed some funds?
Oh, not so much funds, but they've given us a bit of a discount on the... the rec centre.
On the rec centre, yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's fabulous the way groups like Trust House do get behind things like this. They've helped us out a lot.
Yeah.
And, yeah. All right. So don't forget, this sounds like a great event. And sometimes you think, that's not my particular interest. But, I remember the first time I went to Golden Shears, I'd never been interested in shearing in my life.
Oh,
and I had a great night.
Yeah.
That
was my first time at Golden Shears last year, and I've never ever been there at all. It was something real different.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with this. You think you know what it's about. As Emile said, you look at it and it might look a bit random, but there's major skills and experience involved in what they do.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Definitely.
So go to Undisputed Fight Series. It's Saturday at the Trust House Recreation Centre. Hang on, what's the time of?
5:30, the door opens.
Yep.
And the first fight starts at 6:30.
Right. And it goes quite a few hours, I imagine.
Right through the night. We're hoping to finish around about 10:30.
Yeah.
So our last fight, the last professional fight, should be going on around about 10 o'clock. Our professional MMA fights are 5-minute rounds. So they're quite longer. They're not like the traditional boxing 3-minute rounds. So that's 3 5-minute rounds that I'll be having. Our title fights 5 rounds, so they're a little bit longer. So we've got 2 title fights on. Chris Peachy here, a local boy from Masterton, is fighting. WeighIn from Dannyverk as well, fighting out of Smack Featherston. He's going to be fighting for a title. So, yeah. So you got to get behind our locals.
Yeah, great.
They're going to bring the bout back home.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for coming in, Emile.
I appreciate you taking the time out.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well have some music now, and I've got some Joni Mitchell here because, as you know, I'm a big fan, and this is her song about Amelia Earhart. It's called, kind of obviously, Amelia.
I was driving across the burning desert when I spotted 6 jet planes, leaving 6 white vapor trails across the bleak terrain. It was the hexagram of the heavens, it was the strings of my guitar. Amelia, it was just a false alarm. The drone of flying engines is a song so wild and blue. It scrambles time and seasons if it gets through to you. Then your life becomes a travelogue of picture postcard charms. Oh, Amelia, it was just a false alarm. People will tell you where they've gone. They'll tell you where to go, but till you get there yourself, you never really know. Where some have found their paradise, others just come to harm. Oh, Amelia, it was just a false alarm. I wish that he was here tonight. It's so hard to obey his sad request of me to kindly stay away. So this is how I hide the hurt as the road I've spent my whole life in clouds at icy altitudes, and looking down on everything, I crashed into his arms. Amelia, it was just a false alarm. Tree motel to shower off the dust, and I slept on the strange pillows of my wanderlust. I dreamed of 747s over geometric farms. Dreams, Amelia, dreams and false alarms.
Joni Mitchell there, Amelia. Emil's gone. That was fascinating talking to him, and he's left me a couple of tickets for the Undisputed Fight Series, which is on Saturday at the Trust House Rec Centre. So if anybody is interested, give us a ring, 378-0255. I've got 2 free tickets to that. Don't call you right now because I'm on air, but the first 2 people to call as close to 9 o'clock as possible will get 2 free tickets. No, the first 2 will get a ticket each to the Undisputed Fight Series at the Rec Centre. All right, I just got to tell you a few more things that are going on, and then I really have to stop because I'm filling in for Val and Rob this morning, so I've got to get back on air in a little while and do Wairarapa Watch. So there's a summer seminar series, a lot of S's there, at the Copthorne Hotel and Resort, you know where that is, Solway Park, and it's somebody talking about retirement savings, etc., because they ask the question, what's the common mistake people make when thinking about retirement? This, by the way, is Thursday the 8th, 5:30 till 6:30. So they're talking about whether, you're building funds as you near retirement or generating income in retirement, and they think that the key is to take an investment rather than a savings approach. So join Martin Hawes, Authorised Financial Advisor and Chair of the Summer Investment Committee, as he outlines the benefits of adopting this investment approach, and explains the changes to KiwiSaver for over 65s being introduced. It says on July 1. Well, that's already happened, hasn't it? I should look into that because I'm over 65. So register by visiting www.summer.co.nz, summer.co.nz/seminars. This is again, disclosure, this is run by Summer KiwiSaver scheme, and they're managed by Forsyth Bar Investment, so they will of course be favouring their own scheme, but nonetheless they'll have some interesting things to pass on to you. Just to let you know that things are still happening, exhibitions are still going on at Aratoi that I've already mentioned to you before, Jan Eagle retrospective, and the story of Edna Ma. Edna Ma's that car, her car is on exhibition as well. Paul Gasby's eco-political bird paintings are on. The King Street Artworks exhibition is on. The Waterway He Manawa Whenua He Punawai exhibition's on. The Kerry Hughes Wairarapa Archive exhibition. How do they manage to present so much stuff? I think it's fabulous. Don't forget the various farmers markets. One here in Masterton, there's one in Featherston. On those are Saturday markets. I think the Carterton one's a Sunday market, and there's stuff happening in Martinborough as well. It really is time for me to go. Thanks for joining us for the program. As I say, if you give me a ring, 378-0255, as close to 9 o'clock as you can, then you can walk away with a ticket to the Undisputed Fight Series. Righty-ho, that's it from me, and goodbye.